Welcome. Good morning, guys. Hope everyone had a very good night's sleep. Okay, so let's just go through what we are looking at this week and where we ended. Mm, okay, so this is where we are, and this is the daily time frame, and it's right back at this level as we wanted it to be. You see? Mm, yeah. So what we expect from this point is uh, we expect price to buy, but not just immediately buy. You see, we also need to see how the daily will respond from this level. Possibly by just letting today's daily candle just run, and maybe we can see how the Friday daily will close. So then we can decide which trade we'll take next week. I told you just on beginning of Monday that this week there is a high chance we might not take a trade. And you can clearly see that no trade has been taken at all. Not because I chose not to, but because I can tell that this week won't be a very good trading week. And so since we are here now, we're at this daily level, right? Everything is now falling in place. Remember, I told you when price is retesting this zone, it will go bearish and it will be making lower highs and lower lows. So now we have retested this OG level, you see? But the 4 hour is bearish, but the daily is bullish. So I still need the 4 hour to give me a new lower high and a new lower low, you see? In this case, my buying point, because now since I'm at this point, I can only buy once price breaks above this level here. This is the only spot I can buy from, So and but this is not my OG level. So my aim is now to reduce this to right around my OG level here and then get that break and retest. You see? So for that to happen, I need price to keep on giving me lower highs and lower lows. You see? So if we get a lower high and a new lower low, Uh, this means that even the daily time frame will even have a deeper push below, you see, either today or tomorrow. So that when price will give me that final break above this level here and retest, uh, now not only the 4 hour will be ready, but the daily also will show me that price is holding around this zone, you see, and then we can catch a trade from here, you see, and we can trade. So this can be our analysis, you see. So as of now, we're just waiting for price reaction. And all this has been made possible by just being patient and not rushing the trade. So you can see, even though I didn't get this entry, and I told you, since we are having this strong open for this 17 Sunday open, this was the 17 hours open. It had no wick, and I told you when you see a candlestick with no wick, price will come and fill it up. And you see what happened. Price is back to fill this up. You see? So even the weekly now it has a wick, and you can see when we opened we had no wick, but now price has this wick. So and the daily you can see when we opened we had no wick, but price has come to fill up this week. So Here now, price can either do what we are planning. We can expect a new daily low again, or price might even reject just from this point and buy because it has now filled up this week, and that was the only important part. So our hope is now we get something like this around this level in the forward time frame. Or the daily can give us something like this, you know, right around the same, right around the same spot here. Then we'll be well to buy. Yeah, so this is what we have in AUD card. Then NZD card price finally broke above. Like I told you it would. And just by the look of this thing, you can see that okay, price has now respected this double bottom here. And if we put the line chart, you can see price has respected the double bottom. And now price is retesting the same double bottom here. You see this one. So it's either price will buy or price will break and go against this double bottom and will still be selling. So this is where now you see me saying I would want this daily to close bearish with the bearish close breaking below the zone today. You see, that's the only way I can know I might catch a sale fast next week or this week. If not, you can see how the 4 hour is bullish now. I expect then price to give me a higher high, making this a new higher low, so that when we come and shift at this point, we can sell from this level. Same with this structure point I was telling you, but now it's just that our higher low has changed. It can be here. I was expecting it to be right around this level, but you can see there's that deeper push. So it's either we get price does this or it gives us this kind of break. But still we are selling in anyway. We are selling and we just we just have to wait. See? But if you try to zoom out, you can see that this is a very clean setup. It just needs that strong break. Once we just get that strong break and price is ready to move, you'll see how crazy this price will drop. Trust me, I've traded NZD card and it's very good at dropping. You can see once price is just ready to drop, it drops fast. You can see most of the trades I've taken on this pair. I think I've never taken a loss. But the last time I traded this was last year in October. So last time I traded NZD USD. Yeah. And since then, I've never caught anything. But this might be the first trade we can catch. But yeah, so we'll just wait for price to give us either of these two scenarios. Then we'll go with our move. So now that you've seen that AUD card filled the week, and price also has filled this week. See? So there's also a high chance that price may also fill, even though there's a small wick there. No, I think this one they won't apply that weak fill scenario because you can clearly see it has a small wick there. And so we just have to wait if price will either uh, make a new higher high from here and then shift on the forward time frame, or price will just drop at this point. So let me just try to add an alert here in case we get that. And then we have NZD card. We also wanted to buy this pair so bad, but price ended up leaving us. It's crazy because I've been on the setup and I've been on the direction of this trade, but it's just been a hard time to find the entry. But the good part is now you can see we're having this sort of retest. You can see. So all I'm just waiting is for price to come back at this point. Then can try to initiate a buy. And I told you that let me do this first. I told you in the daily time frame that this trade has already been entered because of this weekly. Oh, so you see why I'm still waiting for price to come back here? Because this week, this daily candle has no week, just opened. So there's a high chance this daily candle, tomorrow's daily candle will come back to this level and even give you a week pullback, then a week close, then it will buy. That's why you see me waiting for that spot there. But the trade is already on because of this engulfing. If this was the forward time frame, this would be our trade right now, and we'll just start buying from there. And yeah, but we're waiting for this drawdown to happen so that the lower time frame can also respect this trade because there's no way I can buy from this level this week, this level here. Uh, th- this level here. Maybe we might use this level next week because uh yeah, we might apply this level next week. But for now, this was not part of our plan. So my plan still stands unless if just price fails to retest to this level and tries to show me it's holding at this point, then I can now initiate my focus on this point here. But right now, I'm still waiting for price to come back to my spot here. And then let's see. Mm, then we have USD card. Remember, I told you that once we make a new high on the daily time frame, then it's over with. So you can see price made a new high. So now this is a different game. We are waiting for price to retest back this level. But the daily will go bearish. So when the daily goes bearish, we'll have to wait for price to shift again and go bullish on the daily, meaning this trade is invalid for this week. Maybe next week. So you've seen I've been pushed it at number 3. Then Eurocard is still the same thing. You can see price is now trying to give us that sort of retest because it's rejecting at this level, you can see. So we're still waiting for a retest here, then you can catch a buy. Yeah, and what I'm seeing here is price can go bearish again in the forward time frame once we are below. And once we are at this point, we'll also wait for a shift. Just then you can buy again. You see? So we're just repeating the same thing, but at our point where we've put our interest. Yeah, so this is entry, and we'll see how price reacts to it. And I think this morning that's it. Then maybe we can go through gold and see. Yeah, so you see, even gold, I still need a new lower high and a new lower low. Mm, yeah, this price has dropped from a all-time high to almost dropping to 4,000. And this might even go to 4,000 here. It might easily. So uh but me, I would want to buy when price is at this point here. 3,421. Okay. Then Bitcoin price made a new lower low. And I knew this price would sell. I knew it, but I wanted to sell at my OG level here. And price just didn't give me that, and it's dropped. And it just respected my week because the initial plan was selling at this weekly OG level here, you see. So when price we tested, the daily had its shift at this point, and it had its nice engulfing too, you see. So when it had this nice engulfing, I was now waiting for that pullback at that point to then sell. But if you put in the forward time frame, you can see that when we had the break here, there was no any retest of any sort to sell. Price has just been dropping. Then that's just how we missed out. Mm, so we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this when price gives us our entry. For now, there's nothing I can do. Yep, there's nothing we can do. And there's some instance where price reacts from this level and comes back one more time, then sell. So that's what I'm waiting for. And these US 30, US now NAS 100, they've not all retested my level. So uh I'm still waiting. But same with this one. For next week, we can see what USDCHF did. Price came back to this level. And the 4 hour was bearish, but the 4 hour didn't give any new lower high so that we can have this shift. Instead, price went straight up and broke above this level. So it's now bullish around this level, and you can buy. Um, but the thing is, the lower high is this one here. Higher low, higher high. So if you want to buy, price should come back at this level and then you can buy. But that's not on my OG level, you see. So for me, I'm still waiting if price to come back here, then I can see how I can maneuver this. Uh, but right now, this trade is considered missed. Yeah, it's missed. Maybe next week that's when I can try to move my OG level right around this level here. That's next week, right around this level. But still, the 4 hour will still go bearish once I'm at this point. So it's still there's still no difference because I'll still be waiting for a shift and buying. So it's just matter of waiting. If price will do that for us, then we can enjoy the buys also. And such things will happen. Sometimes price will leave you and can't do anything about it. The next thing we have is AUD USD. Cool. Now it's kind of showing me that the daily might go bearish at this point. Because I just want it to go bearish and then I'll be waiting for that bullish shift. Mm, GPAUD, I also wanted to make a new high on the daily time frame. And then we can buy. Let me just move this to kind of reduce conflict. Yep. So I just need price to come back here one more time, then we can buy. USDJPY, we needed this retest, we didn't get it. Price decided to buy. So it's the only we can buy. Euro GPP, I want to see how the daily will react at this zone. Then I'll decide either we'll sell next week or not. Let me do this. Let me do that. Yeah, this is better. This one I'm trying to wait for price to break below and retest here and then sell. Rather than that, it's just a different game right now. And we'll wait. It's not even New York Open, London Open. This is Asian close almost. Uh, and so that's what I have for now. And thank you guys for watching. Mm. But guys, so this is this is uh this is New York. This is London Open. I think let's see. We are 1 hour, 2 hours in this session now. And this is the analysis we're having now. Uh, so this is AUD card. You see, we're still waiting for price to break below here. And for price to break below here, they need to give me my entry. Okay, so I'm still waiting for price to break below here. Then we'll make a new lower low. But price seems to be having a new uh pullback. Okay, this is what we expected. So now market decided to go the different route, and this is still fine. This is still fine. We are still just going to wait for this to occur. If we don't get that kind of structure, we are doing nothing on the trades. Okay. And that's how we are going to go about these trades. We're just going to wait for the break and retest of that level. So I think it's just the New York session that started with a form of, let's try to use the one now. Yeah, it's just the for 1 week. Yeah, it's just the New York session that opened with a form of strong rejection. You can see right here. No, no, the 6 a.m. candle when the Asian session was about to close. That's when we had this push. Um. But still, we are still expecting price to come back here and give us a new lower low. And when we get that new lower low, we'll certainly sell. Sorry, we'll certainly buy. And then NZD USD price still hasn't made any of these two structure. Showing you either we get a break below or a break above, like this kind of break and another higher high, then a shift. Yeah, so but what's most likely to happen is this one. The second scenario, because of the way this break came and did all this move. Then NZD card. Um, you can see price is also not yet back at this level. So we're just going to wait for now. And Euro card also price is not back at this level, it's just around that zone. So we're also just going to wait. Same with NZD USD card. Price is not at this level, not even broken above. So again, we're just going to wait. Mm, in the meantime, we can maybe learn a few things together. uh, so you guys can kind of get the whole concept. Maybe today I can teach you how to take a trade. You have no how to value a trade from step one to your entry point. So let's try to pick any pairs. Okay. Um, okay, let's choose something we trade, but it's not here. Maybe let's try maybe um okay, GBP, but we use Wanda broker. Yeah. Mm, yeah, yeah. So, let's say, let me try to remove all drawings. Wait, what did I do? Is it just for this pair? Oh, yeah. Okay, it was just for this pair, right? Okay. So let's say you come, you step into the market, and this is your time frame. This can be your this can be your maybe should we use the daily or weekly? Okay. We can use the weekly time frame. Can use the weekly time frame. Mm, but I'll show you today on my two, well, I'll show you my two major entries. No, no, okay. What we'll do is we'll start today. This is Thursday, and what I'll teach you. Okay. So. Uh, this is what I'll teach you starting today and till tomorrow, Friday. Just a short course. So today I'll teach you direction. Tomorrow I'll teach you no, I won't say tomorrow. I'll just say cause right after this one, around 4 p.m. I'll do a video. And again around 8 p.m. I'll do a video. So that's two lessons right there. Then 10, 20 usually the video is short, so I can't really do a lesson. But I can do a lesson around tomorrow around 6, around 8, and around this time 12 and 4. And yeah, so I'll just write the first thing direction, then second thing will be uh, OG levels, and then third thing will be uh, what to do when we at OG level. Four, then four will be entry, and five will be rules, and six will be entry examples. Seven will be uh seven will be what? A full breakdown in everything. Okay. So this is what we will work with on this same pair GPAUD. Or I think let me do this. I want a pair that has a lot of movement so it can be easier for you to learn. Mm. Let me put Euro USD. Okay, let's split. Two perfecto. I call it two perfecto because it's very perfect. Most perfect pair I can ever meet is Euro USD. Always clean. Always clean. I'm telling you this pair. Always clean and clear. So what I'll show you is just what I learned. I hope you guys will use it one day. No, and you can also teach someone because I also just learned it. And you should also teach someone. That's the same way I'll teach you. Just try it. Yes. Excuse. I want to move the old drawings, but I need them. What did I do? Mm, okay. Oh yeah, I remember this. Right. This is when this is when I started trading right here. Let me show you guys. here. But the bad part is these pairs are having uh what's it? Mm. Oh, 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 oh. Mhm. Okay. Uh, the problem is these pairs might have something. These gaps I don't like. So let me just use Euro Euro AD here. Okay. This is bit. And zero US. This is Euro AD. Yes. And I was looking for sales. Well, and I used to trade this pair a lot, but it's usually in the same direction with GBAD. So that's why I just focused on one. Mm. So we'll use this same one. Let's just remove all drawings and indications. Yeah. So the first thing, this is what I'll teach you. Uh, in the course of these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay. So first today we'll only do direction. Just a simple, just a simple lesson for us. And okay. So the first thing about direction is what I'll teach you here. Let me do this right here. Okay, seeing what's going on here. You have this side, and you have this other side, and you have this other side. We have four sides, right? Okay. We have first side is this one here, monthly. Yeah. Then second side we have weekly. I used to like I liked saying weekly. Used to make me laugh sometimes. Just used to play with the word. So sometimes you find me typing this as adding. I would sometimes add an I. I would add an extra I here just to make it sound like this weekly. Or monthly. But I knew it was weekly. I just play with it sometimes. And then we have 4 hour. Yeah. So this is what to work with. These four time frames. And it's all you need. Notice I only have monthly, weekly, daily. And for this 1 hour, I was just showing you why what was happening in the 1 hour in the when we had the New York session. Uh so so we have the daily and the monthly and the day and the 4 hour. And the main topic is uh the main topic is direction. Let's make this Oh, what did I do? Okay. So the main topic is direction, and that direction is uh, determined with these two time frames, these four time frames here. Yeah, these ones. Or if one can use something that's a bit light or something that's a bit, yeah, this is better. Okay. So direction is determined by the 4 hour weekly, daily, and monthly. So this is the monthly side, this is the weekly, this is the daily, and this is the 4 hour. So direction is usually just where the price wants to go, right? And price will only do one thing, either go up or go down. It's just these two, nothing else. You see? So our job is to know when price is going up and why price is going down. And so you should just know when price is going down or up, or why it's going down or up. That's the only thing you need to know about the direction. Okay? So rules for direction. Know when price is going up or down and why it's doing so. Yeah. So people try to complicate this or forex stuff or technical stuff so that they can reduce the threshold and scare you guys thinking it's a very complicated business to master, but it's the simplest thing. The simplest thing you can ever learn. It only gets hard when you're now working with money. But the skill, that's the simplest part of this whole uh, uh, niche, or what can you call this? This environment, yeah. So the financial markets, the skill is the easiest part to master. The only hardest part to master is yourself. Because when you enter in this business, you'll know that 90% of yourself, you never even knew that that side existed. And you find yourself that you only know 10% of yourself, not 90% of yourself. Trust me. It teaches you all the attributes you don't know. So when price is going up and why price is doing so is the only thing you need in these markets. Only thing. That's why you saw me saying uh uh you first saw me put this as our first topic, because I know once you learn this, you know what's going on in the markets. Okay? So you just want to know when price is going down uh or up and why it's doing so. Okay? So uh then when you ask yourself this question, and you now get an answer to say, oh, price is going up because it's now in an uptrend. Price is going down because it's on a downtrend. Okay? Or price is going up because uh buyers are in control of the market. Or price is going down because sellers are in control of the market. You see? So you've noticed how I'm not complicating the whole statement and direction. I'm just saying, you know when and why. That's all. So, um, Uh, the Y is either cause of price is bullish or bearish. The reason I've not said trend is what I'll explain myself. Why? So the Y is because the price is bullish and bearish. You see? Then when you know, then you figure out the Y, you can move on to the next step. Okay? So these are the only few things you just need for your analysis. What I do. So one, one, two, three. So now we have a rule of direction. Now when the price is going up and down, and why it's doing so. And the Y is either cause price is bullish or bearish. When you figure out the Y, you can now move on to the next step. Notice I've not said when it's a bearish trend or bullish trend, because I know. Mm, let me try to share my full screen so we can uh okay. We are doing full screen, eh? Let's do um what can I do? Let's try to search for bullish market trend, right? Uh-huh. You've seen? Um, when people say a trend, the first thing they think of is this, is price going down like that, or price going up like that. You see? So, yes, that's what the trend means, or that's what it implies when you're in a downtrend, you can expect market to be dropping like this, like that, or anything like this, or anything here. Remember, I'm not against any type of move. A downtrend is quite right, price going down, and an uptrend is also price going up like this. So this is also an uptrend. You see? Uh, an uptrend. Okay. Please just try to follow me. Just try to follow me. You see where I'm trying to go. Uh, what can I do? Okay. Mm, don't worry. You will see I'll confuse you a bit. So you can see this is a bullish trend. Price is breaking, is bullish, goes bearish, bullish, goes bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Uh-huh. Right? That's what everyone says. But the funny reality though is this might be what you guys think is a bullish trend. And when you study this, thinking this is what you call a bullish trend, the time price won't give you this kind of uh push or this kind of market structure, either in a 4 hour time frame, weekly, daily, or monthly. It will be hard for you to trade because you are only used with getting this kind of push. And and the same thing again in a bearish trend. Most of you people, when they say they tell you price is bearish, you you only you only think of a strong line downwards. That's the only thing you think about. So this is what I'm trying to say. So when you hear a downtrend, most of you just imagine this kind of line. You see? Then that's when you know price is down. And once you see price moving up like that, you now think that's an uptrend. Okay? Mm. So same with this one, you can see price is trading, is making these lower lows and lower highs. And people can consider this a bearish trend. Okay? So now since you guys have seen this is what a bullish trend will look like when price is going up again. And this is what a bearish trend will look like when price is going down. Which one? Um, which one? Oh, this can be a bit. This is what you think the bearish. This is what you guys picture a bearish trend looking like, so you can know that price is selling. Okay. So, since you guys have seen the normal usual trend uh, that everyone gets, I'll leave it here for now. Then when we meet next time, we'll discuss deeply on this. Yeah. But right now, just try to search on trends. Um, Welcome back, guys. So let's go through what market has done and given us. Um, the first thing is price is still playing around this level. AD card. Maybe we can get a new engulfing and a new lower low. Now that New York session is about to open, the next 30 minutes. Because this is now 9 a.m. Yeah. NZD card, you can see that price has made the new high. So since we've made the new high, the analysis still stands. I need price to come back here and break below, and then it can sell. Okay, this is all we need. Mm. So NZD card, you can see this price as this trade has left us. It has been made the new high. Uh, Making this retest something to do with next week, not now. This or retest. So this trade has just gone. Mm, what's next is price made a bullish move in the forward time frame. And since we've seen the Euro card also price is bullish, but we're failing to get this retest. So I think the only entry was supposed to have was this one here. Um this was supposed to be our entry, and our stop was supposed to be here. And I'll take profit right there, you know. But I wanted this day. I just wanted this forward to break like he did right there. And wait for a retest to golf. But this looked like price didn't want to give us our entry signal. And that's fine. We just didn't get that retest, and we'll still wait if that will happen this week or not. Uh, USD card, the same thing, price well, didn't retest this wrong. Mm, you see, so prices, all these prices have reached to a point where they have to give us some sort of rejection. Both in NZD card, USD card, and NZD card. Uh, Euro card as well. Price was supposed to retest this level. The price decided not to. That's still fine. It has already reached our take profit. So what's left is maybe just waiting for price to come back here. Uh, NZD card price also has failed to retest back this level. Mm, and if we make a new higher high today, then now we'll change our focus to this OG level. Yeah. Okay. If this daily just breaks above this, will be our new focus. And next week we're waiting for price to retest back at this one. Then we can buy. Okay. But right now, mm, we won't change anything. Just leave it the way it was, the way it is. By doing that, just right here. Yeah. So the only trade pairs that might give us some hope of taking a trade is either NZD USD or but this was supposed to be bearish by now, but you can see our price as me is also turning this candle into a bullish candle. Then maybe the only pair that might give us something for next week, not this week, might be AUD card. And I told you definitely I don't see myself taking any trades this week. And that's fine. And so the only trade was supposed to take was Euro card, but we didn't get the break. Mhm. No, price broke. That load was fine on Friday, but this Monday open was supposed to be the retest. This one here. But Monday price didn't decide to retest and just went up. Mm. And so that's what happened. And now we are there. So uh, I think that's it. Let me just let's just continue with the lesson I was trying to teach you guys earlier. As you can see,
If you can clearly see that price is bullish, and since price is bullish on the daily time frame, need price to come back here as well. USDCHF, need price to come back here as well. AUD price almost gave me my lower low. I need it here. Just need that lower low. Mhm. Mm, okay. So the things that just scattered. You see, Euro GBP is like doesn't know where it's going. It's just moving up and down. You can see price which see now price is just buying endlessly. You see. Uh, but either way, we'll see how it will close tomorrow. We'll see how it will close tomorrow. Mm, this is the forward time frame. We'll see how we close this week. Maybe who knows, this might be one of those you can look at next week. GBP card still a need price to retest back at this level. Euro CHF I still need price to retest back at this level. Hmm. Okay, so let's continue with the lesson we were trying to have. Let's see where we can take it from here. Hmm. So this is weekly, this is monthly. Don't know why this moved. This is monthly, this is daily, this is weekly. That should be something like this. Okay. Mm. Hello. Just give me a minute. Uh, so now that now that Now that we have okay. So I was saying in the previous video that first thing you know when price is going up and when it's going down, okay? When why it's and why it's doing so. So the why is either because price is bullish, price is bearish. And when you figure out the why, you can move on to the next step. Uh the reason why you saw me, I didn't tell you the trend is a trend word because I know when someone is told a trend, the first thing in their minds is prices in this kind of move or prices in that kind of move. This is what everyone thinks of a trend. Should be either prices up or prices down. And since we have this, people now imagine an up a trend to be a move that's doing this. Okay, this is what everyone think of a trend, price making higher highs. This is an uptrend, right? And what people think of a downtrend, this price now, uh, making this kind of moves, right? This is what everyone visions. Okay, regardless of how it's looking, there's something like this. So this is what this is what everyone thinks when they tell you the price is in what trend. You're always thinking price should be in this kind of situation, right? They say price is on a downtrend, uptrend, you expect this move. When they tell you price is on a downtrend, you expect this move, right? But the funny fact is sometimes price won't even be in that range. Sometimes price will be just moving around like this. Wow, I digested. Yeah. So sometimes we can just have price moving in this way, right? You can find prices just moving in this way. How are you going to trade? Hmm? That's my question for you guys. If all you know is okay, I have to see where the trend is going, which is an uptrend. Price is making high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. We all know this high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, and high highs. You see, this is what you all expect in there, an uptrend, and this is what almost everyone is taught. Look for a trend. Is it up or down? So the way a human brain is instantly, you're just hoping you want to see something like that. Then you'll be convinced mm, that's a, that's a uptrend. That's an uptrend. If you see something else, you think you you don't know what you're doing. But one thing you should ask yourself is, and again, sorry, in the same way, people think a downtrend price should just be moving in this way. Okay. Yes, quite the right price sometimes will move in this way, in that way. But don't expect this kind of movement in these higher time frames, like weekly, monthly, daily. It's rare to see something like this. maybe in the one, in fact, it's even rare to just see something like this. Most of the time, price will just keep on fluctuating in any direction it wants, you see? So now, let's say you only know to sell or buy when you see prices in this kind of is in this kind of situations. It will be very hard for you to participate in the market when you see the market in this direction. You see? But if I teach you in this direction, it will be easier for you to uh, work throughout your way in this kind of analysis, you see? Because cause price, cause price was now, cause price is now ready. Okay? Uh, What I'm saying is, if I teach you to work your way in this kind of setups, this will be easier. But if I teach you only in this kind of setups, this will be way harder for you because when you think you see market in this direction, you will now say it's consolidating and you want trade. Now imagine if price is doing that for a month. Price will be doing this. You just be waiting your life to get something like that, you see. So instead of teaching you this kind of direction, I'll teach you this kind of direction. So that when you know this, I don't even have to teach you when price is in its perfect form, because when price is in its worst form, you can understand. So when it's in its easy form, it should be a piece of cake. Huh? Uh, so now, hmm, let's now try to grasp this main concept. Huh? Yeah. We both know that I mean I'm expecting that everyone knows when price makes a high, price makes a high low, we are bullish, right? We are bullish. When price makes a lower high, yeah, lower low, yeah, bearish, right? Sure you all know this. Uh, so a high high is just the highest point when price is bullish, and a high low is just the lowest point when price is also highest lowest point when price is bullish. Okay. So if you look at this, analysis right here, what do you think is the direction of the market? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Is it consolidating? Is it just nowhere? Okay. So first of all, you guys already know that the higher low is the highest point, the higher high is the highest point. So we'll start from this level here. Okay? Start from this level here. So we can see that price at this price at this as our uh, level. Then price also at this as our highest level. So without all this continuation, when we look at this price here, this is our higher low and this is our higher high. You see? Uh, this is our higher low and um, this is our higher high. Okay. So when yeah, let me just try to do Okay, okay, even this is fine, even this is fine. Mm. So now what price has done here? Just this small move. This is our higher low, and this is our higher high. If we try to just consider price from this perspective here, this price is bullish. Why? Because the trend is bullish. Why? Because uh price has made the higher high, which is right there, and this is our higher low. So what we are seeing is price is has done this. This is where we are, right? And this means that this is our highest point, and this is our highest lowest point, right? So when we see this, this means that in the we are expecting price to continue making what? A higher low and a new higher high, right? A higher low and a new higher high, a higher low and a new higher high. You see? That's the old narrative since we're at this point here. So right now price is bullish, you see? Because this is our higher high and this is our higher low. And we'll only go bearish once price breaks below the what? The higher low here. Once we just get a break below this higher low, either even if it's just the tiniest break, just as long as it just closes below it, price shifts. Okay. So that's the main rule. Uh we only go bearish when price breaks below below the higher low. Okay. So since this is our situation right now, mind you, price would have maybe even been doing this right here. There is change in all forms, but I'm just saying you open your chart and you find this as your structure. This is your current structure. The first thing you say is what price is bullish because this is its highest low and this is its the higher high. Okay, regardless of what was around this level. You see? Um uh so for now, don't worry about what's behind, what's in front. Just focus on this small stretch right here. So we only go bearish when price breaks below the higher low. Even the tiniest break counts. You see, I'm not saying a big break, just a tiniest break will count as a shift. Okay? Uh, so now, since we are saying even this tiniest break counts, mm, we're now implying that whatever happens within this level here, okay, price is still bullish. Okay? Whatever happens within this box here, price is still bullish. Because we're saying we'll only go bearish once price breaks below. This is when you guys see me, I'm saying, you hear me say, whenever price we're still bearish because price hasn't broken below here, price hasn't done this or that, you see? So we've now understood this concept where we only go bearish when price gives us breaks the higher low. Even the tiniest, guys, please just be correcting the spellings. Okay? Should be like that. Then so this means that whatever price is doing here is price uh wants to wants to give us either a new higher high and a new higher low. Okay. So if the moment we get the tiniest break at this point here, price will now shift to bearish. Okay. Price will then shift to bearish. So let's say just from here, let's say first let's try to understand what if we now get this, right? Just that small break. So then I told you we only go bearish when the price breaks below the higher low. And we've broken below the higher low. So uh but first I think before I teach you this, let me teach you how to continue with the trend so I don't get confused. Okay. So that's the other rule. So the second rule is when price does something like that, it breaks above the higher high, what happens? Because now I'm saying we only go bearish when price breaks below the higher low. But what if price, but what if price goes breaks above higher high, right? Everyone would have this kind of question. Then we make a new higher high and a new higher low is formed. We only have a new higher low when price makes a new higher high. Okay. So this is the situation where price breaks above now. This was our high high, remember? This first before any of this, let me do this. Before any of this happened, um we then make a new high high and a new higher low is formed. Also, any tiniest break above counts. It's the same thing. Even if it's just a tiny break, just right above this higher high, it will count as a shift. So this is our higher high right now, and this is our higher low right now. Okay. So we're saying uh we're saying if price breaks above this level, then price has just made the new higher high, right? Then we make a new high high and the new higher low is formed. Okay. And also anytime is break above count. So this break here will count because I won't do a huge breakout. Just do something small so you can know. So now since this has changed, my higher high is now this level here. You see? This has kind of changed like that. This, let me do something like that. Okay, my higher high has changed. Price has pushed up a bit further right there. Then we're saying we only have a new high low when price makes a new high high. So we have a new high high compared to this one. So this high low has to be updated. But the question is where? Is it at this point, at that 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 point, or at that point? Okay. So uh Then we get this new point. The higher low is the higher low is the last or last low the price had before the breakout. So in this case, this even becomes clear to you. You can see price at this higher low, and this was the higher high. And price from here was just kind of weighing its wages, moving up and down, moving up and then it at this lowest point. Then this low is the one that led to this break. You see? And what we are saying is uh what we are saying is let me try to delete this first. What we are saying is the higher low is the last low price man had before the breakout. You can see this was the last lowest point price had before this huge breakout, you see? So this means that this price has gone bullish again, and we update this point to that level there. You see? Mm, yeah, let's just focus on this side. Yeah, we update the level to that point, right? Mm. And now, since we update our level to this point, we can see how I'm moving. I'm also moving with my rectangle square box, you see? Meaning the only thing now that I'm worried about is what price will be doing within this box, you see? Not what price did around this level or this previous higher low here or this previous high high. This side will only have its use when we come to the other part I'll be teaching you, but for now, uh, it's invalid. Just forget about that, the previous part. Only focus the part where you had your higher low, your lowest point that led to the break. That's the on and your higher high, because that's the only point you use to get your entry. So it's from mm, just from this level base, just this small push here. Okay. And always remember now that we are only going to have a new higher high, meaning price to go above if we break above this level, okay? And if price mm, let me let me do this. Okay, this is our higher low. This is our higher high. Okay. So if price makes another huge push, we just simply update the higher high and do this. I know people can have such a question. Just do that. You see? Then again, if price just makes another high, again, just do the same thing. Just your job is just to increase your rectangle. Okay. Uh, but when we're saying a higher low is formed when price makes a high high, but there are cases where price is just going up like that. Okay. With before making any higher high. But again, there can be cases where before maybe this was a high high, okay? And then before price breaking above, it makes a new maybe just structure, something like that, then breaks. Yeah, then when we have that, that's when we can now move we can now move our higher low to that point. You see? And again, the rectangle, the same thing, the higher low and the higher high. See? Remember, I just focusing on what happens between these 2 points. If price will stay bullish or price will stay bearish. You see? And you've seen I've updated my higher low to the point, to the lowest point, the last lowest point that led to the break of this previous high. It's this one, not this one or that one, but this one right here. Okay, so now since you know what price does when it's in a bullish trend, let's now go back to where we were and give you a different scenario. Okay. So we were saying we focus on what's going on here, right? And let me delete this. Then price is at this level. And you guys know that okay, this is a bullish trend. Mind you, you can use this line. I'm just adding this rectangle, these lines to horizontal squares or lines to guide you code. But if you don't need them. You with time you even remove them. Okay. So this is where we are right now at this point here. Okay. So now this goes to the next rule. Whatever happens in between the high and higher low is nothing but only a way to buy more. The direction stays the same. Direction stays the same, which is in this case bullish because we are looking at a bullish move. Whatever happens in this between this level here, whatever happens in between this rectangle, nothing. We don't have to worry about anything. You only be using this void here, this space to look for ways you can buy more. That would lead to a break above. You see? It's nothing will make this uh nothing will make this trend shift. And I've told you we only go bearish when price breaks below this higher low. So we are still bullish and and whatever is going on here is of no use to us. So if price wanted, it can even be making positions. Let's see, price to if price wanted, price can even be doing this kind of structure. Okay. Yeah. Price can even be doing this kind of structure. But this should be of no use to you because uh, I've told you don't know why this is, okay, you know what I'm trying to draw. But as I've told you that whatever is going on within this level is nothing but only a way to use to buy more. Okay. And the direction stays the same. So even if someone was to find you, you are to find your trade in this at this point here, at this smallest point here, which is very closer to the higher low, still look for ways to buy. Find a way to buy. That's what I'm trying to say. Find a way to buy, even if price is at this level here, even if price is at this line, still find ways to buy. Okay, not until price breaks below the higher low with a bullish close, not a weak. I think let me do this. Uh, uh, let me do this. Candle. candlestick body close, not a week, not a week. Okay, you need that full body close. Okay, you need that full body kind of close. Okay, not a week. So, uh, so now in a case where this same thing happens, where price breaks below here, now this whole thing has changed. We are no longer bullish. We are now bearish, right? Because we said we only go bearish when price breaks the higher low, and we've broken the higher low. So now we are dealing with a bearish move. Price finally breaks below the higher low, right? So when we break below the higher low, now again the question comes is what happens when we break the higher low? Things now change. From this being our higher, from this becomes our uh this becomes our lower low, okay? And the same thing I told you that when price makes a new higher high, the highest, the last lowest point of price becomes the higher low. It's the same with uh a bearish move. Now it's just different. The last highest point before price broke uh is uh is the lower high. So in this case, this becomes our lower high right here. Okay, right there. This becomes our lower lower high. This one right there. Okay. Do this. Okay. This becomes our lower high. So you've noticed I didn't put this as my lower high. This one, this point or that point, or even that point, but my last lowest, highest point before we had the break. So if price was to make, maybe price before breaking made something like this, before this final break, my lower high would be this point instead of this one, because it's the most recent highest point, okay? So but in this case, we never got this. So we just stick to the same point we have, okay? Mm, So just like that, now we are bearish. From being bullish, we're now looking for sales. Just this small push. If you've noticed, we never had a continuous trend where price was just moving infinitely bullish. We only had one small push, which was price made the higher high, price made a bit of rejection, and price has broken below. You see? And this is the realistic approach you find in the market. This is what will happen most of the time. Just this small push, especially in the higher time frames. Okay. And just this small push changed price from being bullish here to being bearish. Okay. So now since we are bearish, uh we only get a new lower high when price gives a new lower low. Again, the new lower high is the last highest point before the lower low was made. Okay. So in this case, since we've now broken below here, what I'm trying to say is if price makes a new lower low like that, my lower high still remains the same. I'll just update my low and say, okay, price is still bearish at this point. Because this is the only last previous low highest point I have, you see. But let's say if price does something like this, okay, uh, something like that. Don't mind this, by the way, but still stuck with this one here. Okay. When price does something like that, we then update our lower low as this one, right? And this becomes our new lower high, you see? Because where this is the last point where price mm, had its this is the last highest point price was before it gave us that break, you see? So again, my interest is just within this box now, you see? So now my interest has shifted from this all move to now I'm just focused on what goes on within this small box, okay? Then my only interest will be to see if I can sell more, meaning whatever price does within this line, within this box here is none of my business. Okay, price can do anything it wants. I won't be I won't be affected. The only way I'll be affected is when I see price breaking below. That's when I'll try to maybe make a move. Okay. But right now, my only interest is selling. So which whatever goes on, even if price comes back at this level here, I'll still be looking for ways to sell. That's the key. And that's what I want you guys to know. Because most of the time it's harder. These concepts look simple, but they're way, way, way harder to understand. So what we have now is from being bullish, now we have a situation where price is at this. I'll do this. Okay, this is what we have. So, well, don't worry, you will know this way better to even leave me. Okay, so this is what we have now. Okay, so that's my high, lower high, and that's my lower low. So for me now here, I'm just waiting to see what price will give me so I can sell more. Okay, so even if price was to do this right here, my interest will still be looking for buy sales. Okay, I won't start looking for buys at this point. No, I'm only looking for sales because price has shown me the initial move is bearish because this is our lower low, this is our lower high. Okay, so it will only matter to me if we break below. That's when I'll know, okay, we've made the new lower low. Or if we break above the lower high. Okay, so when price breaks above the lower high, then price becomes bullish instantly. Okay, so let's say price was at this same level here, at this same level, then price breaks like that. Once we just get that break, this whole thing is now finished. From looking for sales, we are now instantly looking for buys. This becomes our new higher high, and this becomes our new, interest level, this one here, and all what was happening before is just history to us. Now we're looking for buys. Okay. And what becomes our new, let me do this, what becomes our new higher low? Is it this point or that point? If you remember, I told you the higher low is the last, is the higher low is, where? Did I tell you the higher low? We only have a new higher low when price makes a new higher high. And even for the new higher low, it's the last high, it's the last lowest point price made before it had that break. So in this case, this is not the last lowest point. This is the most recent lowest point. So this becomes our new higher low, and that here becomes our new higher high. Okay. So now just like that, we're now looking for buys within this level. Okay. So you've seen how many things I've just taught you with one single push, which is this break, which was that push, or when you get that break. You see? So this should show you that price can do a lot of things. Even with this small push here, you can see that price at this higher low, this was the higher high, but price broke below the higher low. Now it's bearish, and since it's bearish, this become our last highest points before the break is this one. So this becomes our now lower high, and this becomes our now a new lower low. You see? But if you notice, just minutes ago, this was bullish and this was the higher high and this was the higher low. But price broke the higher low, you see? And it made the new lower low, and this higher high became a what? New lower high. So if I can teach you this, when you see a trend that's moving in this direction, it will be way easier for you to understand the position the market is in the market. You see, so when we come back in the next period, now we'll now proceed, and you see how it will be easier to understand this simple basic move here, just because of this first lesson I gave you guys, just this lesson you got here. So you see, all you need is just this push here, then you know your market. Sure. Hmm. Let me try to draw this in a nice way. Okay, so this is the only thing you need, these two. And don't worry, you know more. Uh, so let's continue with what I was teaching you then. Before we close, we'll go through the market update. Trust me, nothing has yet happened. Just so. So we were at this level. And since we're at this level, this was uh this was higher high and this was a higher low. Since you guys already know what to do, so we now start with you already know these rules, eh? I uh I showed you guys how we go about them. So let me just do this. Okay, so um what did I do? Okay. So we already know about these rules and just
Let's see if we can try to reduce this. Okay. Uh, Much better. We already know about these rules we'll be applying here. Just push them right on top of this one here. Okay. So now, remember, mm, what I was telling you. So, so if you start from this level here, you can clearly see that this is our higher low, right? And this is our uh, higher high, right? Okay. And this is our interest right here, right? So we are bullish in the time frame in this structure because this is our higher low and this is our higher high. And we'll only be bearish once what? Once price finally breaks the higher low. This should be finally. Just add some of the spelling, please just finish them out for yourself. Yeah, so we'll only be bearish once price breaks below this level. And that's what we did. So we see price gives us this break. So when price gives us this break, it makes a new higher, lower low. So this becomes our new lower low, right? So when we get the new, then we're saying when we are now bearish, this is no longer in use. First, we are now looking for sales because now price has sold up to this point. You see, we've now sold up to this point. Uh, Let me do this. You've now sold up to this point, so now we are in a bearish trade, in a bearish momentum. Uh, so now where do we put our lower high? We said we only get a new lower high when price gets a new lower low. So this is our lower low, okay? So now we should also have a lower high. Then again, the lower high is the highest point before the lower low was made. So if you can see, we start tracking back. This is where the lower low was made after we broke about below this level here, right? So the last highest point was what? We only have one last highest point, which is that one there. So this is where we place our lower high, you see? So upon placing our lower high there, we now it's just what we now we now know that okay, we are now looking for sales. And we'll still be looking for sales not until price breaks above our what? Our lower high, then price becomes bullish, you see? Then what does price do? Just after the same time, price breaks above. So the moment price breaks above, this remains bearish, and then now we have a new trend because we've broken above this lower high at this point. You see, the first we'll do this, and the moment we break above, we become bullish. You see, so you see how the market is changing. At this point, we are just bearish a few minutes ago. At this point, we are now bullish. And again, from the start, you can see at first we are what? We are bullish. Then the same the same instant we went bearish, you see? So now we are bullish at this point. So since we are bullish, we move this lower low and lower high aside. And what our higher high becomes which one? So our higher high is the highest point when price breaks the previous lower low, you see? Lower high. So this is it, in this case it's this one. Okay? So this is where we broke the lower high. So it shouldn't be only when you see something like let me do this because this can confuse. The moment we just get the break, even if the candle closes at this point there, that should be, even though it closes at that point there, that should be your lower high, higher high. You don't have to wait for price to give you something like that, then you can consider this as a lower high. No, just the moment price breaks. So from if this was the break, from the time it broke above, from the time it broke above, even that smallest break, it's a high high. Even though it keeps on going, that's a high high. Even when price makes a retest like that, this is still our high high. So in this case, this is when we're having that form of retest. But our high high was made once price broke above, meaning it started from that smallest break there and it kept on increasing. You see? So you shouldn't wait for until price gives you this angle for you to label it as a high high. No. The moment you just see price breaks above your lower high, you have your higher high. And if you have your higher high, you need your higher low. And your higher low again is only the last lowest point before price broke. And in this case, this is our last lowest point. So this turns into, this was our lower low, but you can see now it has turned into a what? Higher low. You see? Yeah. So now you can see that we are looking for buys within this range, okay? So that we can buy up. You see, because we are in a bullish trend and we only sell once price breaks below the higher low. Then this whole trend will change. You see? Mm. So that's the whole trick. It's very easy, but you know, when I'm done. The reason why I'm using this tight one is because once you know this one, it will be way easier for you to navigate the other scenarios. Okay. So now since we're bullish, you can see we are bullish. Price is just making noise. All this, don't worry about this pullback. If this pullback, if price wanted, it can even come back at this level. But as long as we've not broken below, we are still bullish. Price can come back at that level, return back to this zone, go back to that level, anywhere it wants. As long as we don't break below here, we are still bullish. Okay, so in fact, let me just do it this way. So you can you can know that price is still bullish regardless, as long as it doesn't broken below the higher low. Okay, so you can see what happens. Price breaks above the higher high at that point there. You see, so when price breaks above the higher high, what do we have? We start getting new higher highs. You can see, so from this level, price is now forming higher highs, 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 higher highs. Suppose you find the pair at that point. That's why now you find the pair at that point, then you can now label. So the high was formed once price broke above. So now let's say in instant you found the pair at this point, you see. Okay, then let me just reduce it to that level. Yeah. Just right around that point there. So you see this tiny break, just that tiny break changes everything. So this is our higher high now. And since this is our high high, price again has shifted. And this was our higher low. We've made our higher high. And you can see we now have another last lowest point before price broke above this previous high high, which was this one. It's, you see, this is the last lowest point, not this one. So we again update our higher low to this point here, and we leave this to that level there, right there, and we can now make something new from this zone here to this level. So you see, price is just bullish, but the only thing that has changed is our high high. So now, since our high high and our high low has changed, we are still looking for buys, but now
you can see that we know that if price breaks below this level here, we'll be bearish because the higher low is now at this level, not this one. Okay. So that's the only change we're having now. So what price now does is I can see price price comes back and it breaks below here. You see? So once price breaks below, remember what I told you, we only go bearish when price breaks below the higher low. If you can read through the notes there. And so just drag them here. So since we are now bearish, uh since we are now bearish, this trend is no longer bullish. We've now gone back to being bearish. So what we do is we reduce this. So we're looking for buys in this state in order to buy more, but price now has broken below. So we are now bearish and from here you now get that break, and I think it should be right above this level here. Uh, okay, so no, I think it should be right above here because this is the push that leads to the break, you see? So this is from that level to this zone here. We are bearish. Okay. So now since we are bearish, again we update. The lower low is what is this point here. For now, this is the lowest point we have. And you can see that the break happened at this point here. This is where we went bearish from. So, and this is the lower low we have. So the lower high is again the last highest point before the break. This is the break. So our last lowest point before the break is this one, not this point or this one. This one is after the break, but before this break we have this higher lower high, you see? So we are bearish again. And since we are bearish, we can now look for sales within all these box. Okay? Anything here should be a way for us and selling more. We only start looking for buys once we see price breaking above this higher low. Again, you see, once we just get that break above, then we can now focus on sell buys. But as long as we are still within this box, we are still selling. So interestingly, price ends up breaking this lower high. You can see, so when price breaks up breaks this lower low, it makes a new lower low, which is this zone here. So this price continues being bearish, but with this update. Notice how I've updated this. I've not placed my, I've placed my lower low here, but my lower high also is updated. Not, it hasn't been left here, but we've also dragged it down here because this is the last lowest point before we got the break. If you can see this one. Okay. So in the same way, we also update the structure, meaning that if price breaks above here, we'll be bullish. Okay, we won't say not until price breaks above this uh lower high, which was at this point, that's when we'll be bullish. No, the lower high has been updated because we've made the new lower low. What's this? I don't know what's this, but we've made the new lower low. So since we've made the new lower low here. Since we've made the new lower low, uh
we made the new lower low at this point, and this is our lower high. Whenever the moment price gives us this break above here, and then this price has gone bullish, just like that. We don't have to wait for price to break above this level because the lower high has changed. And the rule is once we get a break above the lower high, that's when price goes bullish. See? So from here, price can continue now make if it wants, price can continue printing what? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, maybe even this kind of structure, then still a lower low, you see? And just like that, and then price makes this first. I think what's going on here? I don't know why my thing has gone this color all of a sudden. Okay, let me do this. But anyway, we'll fix it the next time we meet. But that's how you do it. So, um, let me try to reload this. Yeah, okay, that's much better. Oh, so it's because of this thing here. Uh, so, um, so from here, price can just continue making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and you can see the way I'm expanding this. That's the more the box are increase the larger the surface this box is becoming. So this is a sign that price can I just minimize them, but it doesn't mean that you see a tight structure here. No, if you zoom out, price will in the forward time frame, you see. Just bear with me for now. You understand the whole concept. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. That's why you've seen I'm kind of putting all these packed together because this is what you see in the monthly time frame. You won't see something clear. You see some structure in this way. Okay, so now that you guys know the direction, maybe we can try to remove this. So you see, just like that, we've analyzed. And if someone was to ask you what's going on with this price, uh you can easily say, oh, this price is currently bearish without even wasting time because you already know this is your lower high and this is your lower low. You see? Okay, so the next time we meet, then I'll go through the other things, but let's just have an update on our pairs. So right now you can see that AUD card is still failing to retest this level, still struggling. So we just wait still. Just wait for price to come back here. There is nothing we can do. NZD card, we wanted price to break below and sell or break here, then sell. We have avoided this loss if we chose to enter at this point or at that point or at that engulfing. You see, so we just avoided a loss by just waiting for that small confirmation. And this is the initial direction that price wanted to give. And you guys can tell that price tried to make us enter from here. I avoided the loss there. We avoided there. We also avoided. So the only thing here is just waiting for price to come back and give us the entry. Then we can sell. If not, then that's fine. NZD card as well. Still waiting for a retest here, but price keeps on printing higher highs. And you can see, since I'm from even teaching you about the direction, you can clearly tell that this is a bullish momentum where you can see price mm, has made a new higher low and a new higher high. So this price will continue buying. Okay, so the Euro card, I'm waiting for my retest at this point. Price has started rejecting. That's a nice sign. Though still we have a long way to go. Uh, NZUSD card price might retest at this point, but too bad we are bearish. So even if price retests here, I'm still waiting for uh uh we still need that daily shift. So that's it for now, and we'll see how price reacts in the next hour. Uh Welcome back, guys. So this is our market close. Interestingly, you can see USD card is kind of retesting our level, but the only bad part is it's bearish now. So we might have this daily closing with a strong bearish close, but the bad part is the direction has changed. So it will be harder for us to buy. Okay, but anyway, we'll still proceed. Uh, Same with Eurocard, you can see price is also retesting back to this level. So we might have a bearish close, and that means open Friday we might get this retest, and Monday we can get the buy. And NZD USD price just seems to be bullish with no retest, so I don't think we'll catch any sell this week, dead buy this week on this trade, and we were hoping for price to come back here. Well, hopefully, maybe it might do this next week. Especially if price doesn't break above that high. This point here that was once our daily high. Because once price breaks this daily high, then price will change now from this being our higher low and this our high. And we can now be looking for sell buys next week at this point. So we'll see if price will break above this level. Then we can decide our trade from that point. Uh, the next thing we have is Eurocard. Not Eurocard, NZD-USD. Price has also failed to break below and give us the sell. This means that we have to wait more. Yeah, we have to wait for price to break below this one. Then okay, sure. So this clearly shows you that none of these USD NZD-USD is something that won't happen this week. Maybe AUD card also would have been a nice trade, but you can see price is kind of rejecting. So unless if price can also make another lower low tomorrow at this point, then we can expect to look for buys next week. Uh, but as of now, none of these trades are giving us anything. And if we close the same way next week, many of these will move them from our interest. Mm, but this would have been a very nice buy. The only bad part is the daily is bearish, so we have to wait for the daily to go bullish again, and then we can catch that buy. Uh, but so
we'll see what the the daily offers tomorrow. And we can conclude ZAR USD price made this lower low. Like I was telling you, we should have a lower low. And the daily might shift at this point here. So this is the point where we can catch our buys. But we know what I want is since price has given us this retest, we saw you can have another push below. So just as the daily to get this shift right around my OG level here, right here. So I would want the daily to again next week or tomorrow give me another bearish push. So we can get that shift next week then okay. Con- Continue with the buys. Uh but right now I think that's it for now and yes, we'll see what the market will do overnight and come and go through it the next morning. But it's been a really slow week, but I'm fine at this also. Mm, the USD CHF price is back at this level. Uh, so we hope maybe if we can get the for making a new lower low and a new lower high, then we can at least wait for the shift here so we can buy. AD USD, I still need for price to make a new lower low by breaking this level. The daily time frame here, you can see I still need still need that lower low so I can get my shift and then buy. GPAUD, I still need my retest. USD JPY, I still need my retest. Euro GBP still need my rejection at this point. So let's hope tomorrow and see if we can get something sensible. GPP card. Okay, cool. I still need price to break below this level here and then show me it's holding. Uh, yeah, we'll stick to this one. And then Euro CHF price we tested like I showed you. You can see the exact thing I showed you that price will give us that retest and that break. And so since now we're having this engulfing, this is ready to sell maybe next week. Yeah, or tomorrow because now we have the daily shift, the 4 hour shift. So we just need, if the daily closes bearish like that, just need the 4 hour retest here and a 4 hour engulfing, then we can catch our sale. But it's no longer, it's not part of my plan for this week. So we just watch it. And so that's it. See you tomorrow and have a very nice good night.